So I wanted to make this video as a caution, a warning for those that are still investing into Pokemon right now. I'm not trying to scare you or anything like that. I'm not trying to tell you to stop, but you should know this if you're investing right now. If you've been investing for years, maybe you were investing in Sword and Shield, now you're still doing it now in Mega Evolution. You probably don't need to hear this because if you've been doing it that long already, I mean, you kind of have already proven a point here I'm going to make. But if you just started, let's say like a year ago, you probably need to hear this because I know it's kind of easy to say it when it really hasn't happened yet. But you're gonna really be maybe thinking about your choices you're making right now in maybe 6 months if the market doesn't turn out how you thought and you thought something was gonna happen. You might be looking back and be like, man, I shouldn't have expected, possibly the market to go up. And in this video, obviously, I'm not talking about anything positive here. I'm talking about the realistic possibilities of what's going on right now and something to think about. Now, personally with me, I'm not selling anything. I'm not really buying anything either. But I'm just kind of neutral right now. I've been investing into Pokemon now for like 4 years. So I'm kind of past this point, and I am definitely still long-term minded. But you really got to think about some of these things right now. If you're investing, maybe you don't have much money, but you still want to maybe pick up some of these products because you're seeing right now, some of them have dropped like 25-30%, and maybe you're wanting to take advantage, which is great, but you must have the cash to do so and hold for a while. So I'm gonna go through this list and talk about some things to think about. If you're still investing into Pokemon right now, you probably should know these things. So you shouldn't expect any upturn anytime soon. If you're investing right now, don't expect anything to happen. That's the mindset you need to go into investing right now. Don't expect an upturn. Don't expect some, the anniversary to save this market. Or don't expect anything. There are some, maybe signs you could see maybe of some, positive things. Maybe the Ascended Heroes set, like I said, 30th anniversary or something next year. People talk about, all the tax returns. Like, don't use any of these things to put in your mind that, oh, I'm going to buy this now when it's down 30%. And when that time comes, when everything goes back up, I'm going to be up, exponentially. Don't think like that. It can happen. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you don't want to play that risk, especially, like I said, if you don't have much money and you're trying to invest and take advantage of the market right now, it's a risky thing to do. It can work out, but I really wouldn't do it with Pokemon, especially everything that I'm going to list here. I wouldn't do it personally, but hey, it's up to you. So why? Should you not expect any upturn anytime soon? Well, it's been about 2 months now in this down market, right? I mean, there's no signs of anything, any strength anywhere in this market. It's just been down, and it's continuously gone down. And there's really no huge signs of strength anywhere. Sword and Shield still all down. Scarlet and Violet still all down. Mega Evolution down. Everything is down at this point. It's literally everything. There's some singles still holding maybe here and there, some slabs, but sealed market, literally everything is down. That's what's going on. So the fact that we've been in this down market for a while, which we've never seen in the past year, it could go anywhere from here. So you just don't know where it's going to go. Also, I've mentioned a lot of these in previous videos, but people are worried about the economy. It's being talked about so much now, more than before. Before people were still talking about, people don't have enough money for Pokemon. It was kind of a thing. You guys remember, like, during the summer earlier this year, people were saying how these prices were unsustainable because people can't afford it. We're at the peak of people talking about affordability in this economy right now. We're at the peak of people talking about things being too expensive and things of that nature. So that is definitely something to also consider. Also, people are panic selling right now. You see online, you see how the market is pretty flooded. That's hence why prices are continuing to drop, because nobody is buying. People are listing for lower prices. Nobody's still buying. So then people keep listing lower and lower, and that's why we've seen some things drop quite a bit. And that's what's going on right now. So just with all these things being said, you really can't expect any upturn because we're in such a weird spot in the market where things have gone down. And it's hard to say, really, are we really in a bull market anymore or not? Personally, I don't really consider right now a bull market, but it's stable. It's somewhat stable right now because things haven't dropped drastically, like 50% plus. but nothing's going up. So it's a little bit strange. So to end this off, you have to be a long-term minded investing right now, and I'm talking about 1 to 3 years. And I know this might sound crazy to say, right? 1 to 3 years. What? 1 to 3 years. If you've just been investing for like a year, that's maybe the same amount you've just been investing until now, maybe double or triple the amount you've been investing. It's kind of a long time. And I know that sort of mindset to some people is new, because back then you could kind of expect, if you buy a booster box at release, 3 months, 4 months later, if there's no reprint and the set is popular, prices could go up. There's a set that that happened to. What can you guys think of? Destin Rivals, right? That's exactly what happened. It went from 250 to low to mid 400s. Obviously now it's like around 400. So it hasn't actually dropped much, and that was after obviously the supply from the Pokemon Center, the restock. But you could kind of expect that, right? Surging Sparks, if you're buying in the low to mid hundreds, I mean, now obviously it's in the low 200s, so I mean, you'd still be up. You could kind of expect shorter term gains. It was more predictable with such demand in the market, even though obviously that was still a risky thing to play, like that game, because obviously it didn't work out all the time. For example, Journey Together, Black Bull, White Flare, but it was a thing that didn't seem as crazy back then because of just the sheer demand for product, for everything. Prices of things were much higher before, but now things have gone down. So you can't really be in this like, okay, short term, I'm gonna buy this. Maybe I can buy it at a little bit of a discount off market. In a few months, I'm gonna sell it and make maybe 20-30% gain. There's still probably some arbitrage opportunities here and there. We can buy something and flip it or whatever. But if you're buying still product, especially new sets, right now with the demand there is in the market, it's very risky to be playing that game. So if you're gonna buy anything, be sure you can hold it for 1 to 3 years. Now, why do I use that time frame? Possibly because maybe there's no huge upturn from here. I know we don't have much data, right, of these market cycles and these like periods of, okay, if there's a bull market and it goes down, how long is it till the next market that a next bull market? From what some people have said, because of some history, people say every like 3 to 4 years. Now, I don't think this isn't a huge thing you should be going off of 3 to 4 years. People just say it because of Pokemon Go, when they come out, like 2015, 16, whatever, and then the 2020, 2021 boom, and then now, right? If you take the time periods in between, it's like 3 to 4 years. Don't use that as any indication of the market. Okay, if the market goes down from here another 3 years, 4 years, there's gonna be another bull run. That's not how this works, right? It's, I think, a coincidence that stuff has happened. But the reason why I say 1 to 3 years is because in 1 to 3 years, all the stuff you're going to be holding, maybe a Mega Evolution, if you're holding 3 years, they're going to be out of print. So at least be able to hold until like Scarlet and Violet and these things go out of print and they age. Because let's say if there's no huge upturn even in 1 to 3 years, right? Let's say it happens a little bit after that. Once it goes out of print, there's still going to be demand for Pokemon. Regardless of what market we're in, there's going to be enough demand. I mean, we saw like Sword and Shield stuff, some things going up, even the down market. That will give enough time from whatever you're buying right now at the current price. Most likely in a year or two, or a year, 3 years, the age and the scarcity is going to start to set in a lot more. And by that time, you should be able to sell for somewhat of a profit, right? So that's why I use the time frame. Also, possibly, if you want, is there a possibility in that time frame too? There's another bull run, sure, but like I said, don't use that thing that some people say every 3 to 4 years is a boom. That's just, I think, a coincidence. I really don't think that's some, perfect market, sort of theory or whatever. I don't think you should be doing that or using that as some way to be investing. But I think if you can hold 1 to 3 years, mostly like if you're buying right now at this current time, you'll probably be able to sell for at least your money or make a marginal profit. But right now, do not expect any upturn. I'm not trying to be super bearish, but I'm trying to give a reality check to what is going on right now, especially for some people, especially if you're new. What's going on right now is definitely something to think about, and you shouldn't be oblivious to what's going on. Don't think that, oh, this is just all, Timmy's, all people acting irrationally. Guys, literally everything, all the markets are down. Demand has been down for a while now. You have to start getting realistic of the possibilities that maybe there's no huge upturn from here. And that's why I want to make this video. It's just a cautionary thing. It's nothing to be negative. And there's great opportunity to buy right now. I totally agree. Sword and Shield especially, there's great opportunity. But you have to be able to hold for the long term. You can't be in this, oh, I'm going to sell in a few months. Like I said, it can work out for you, but don't rely on it. That's the biggest thing. So that's all I want to talk about in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.